Hello folks, this is a contest entry for Richard McCook's contest. Richard's put up a cryptic contest actually, the quarter contest. So first questions are show 4 eponymous EPs. Second one is show an album with the longest title you can find. And the third question is show one with the shortest title. And then the fourth question, which is the really cryptic, tricky one, is why has Richard called this contest quarter? Is it 25% of something? Is it 2.5 of 10? There's 25 somewhere. And I enlisted the help of Mrs. WPC31 because she's really good with conundrums, but really tricky. You've given us a tricky one there, Richard. But I've come out with something at the end, which is completely cobblers, but it won't be right. We'll see anyway. Right. 4 albums which are eponymous, which are name of the artist basically. And the first one is got playing in the background, the wonderful Photos, Wendy Wu. The Photos from 1980 got to number 4 in the charts, and this was their only record at the time. This is an interesting one actually, as you can see. I bought it when it came out, £4.99, 2 album set. Limited edition, includes 3 the blackmail tapes, first ever recordings of the photos, and so that the blackmail album, the other one, this is the main album, is I think their initial demos, their kind of initial recordings, and this is the album proper. But as I got to number 4 in the charts, so they did really well. They were born out of punk band called Satan's Rats, and then they turned into the Photos, which is very kind of new wave, really good fun. New wave, a little bit poppy, like that. Really good, very enjoyable. The Photos, that's my first one. My second one is, which I don't think, I've seen a few videos so far, which I shouldn't have done because they've completely scuppered some of my answers, but I haven't seen anybody show this one yet, I don't think. The Pretenders. So their debut album from 1979. Chrissie Hynde and the Boys. 2 of them obviously passed away pretty soon after this. But yeah, the debut album produced by Chris Thomas. Stop Your Sobbing, the lead or single, obviously a Kinks, Ray Davies song, produced by Nick Lowe, but I don't think he thought much of the material, so he wouldn't produce the rest of the album, and Chris Thomas took over. But and Chrissie Hynde obviously went out with, well, more than went out with Ray Davies. They had a kiddie together. But anyway, that's my second one, The Pretenders. My third one is from 1980, all about the same time actually, is Killing Joke. Absolutely spectacular. Another debut. Oh, all 3 have been debuted so far. Another fantastic debut album, first press. And War Dance, Requiem. This is such a must-have in a collection. Absolutely superb album. And my 4th eponymous album, a complete must for any collection. Another debut. Bloody hell, that was accidental, but eponymous, B-52s. Crammed with wonderful songs. I mean, Dance This Mess Around is my absolute favourite from this, but this is just such a fun album. I was thinking the other day, if there was a contest where you could transport yourself back to a moment in time, there's obviously loads of things we could all think about, but one of mine would definitely be back in Athens, Georgia, when the B-52s, before this came out, when they were playing small parties. Can you just imagine? There's a few clips on YouTube, and wow, what a time that was. Absolutely fantastic. So that's my 4. So the next question that Richard posed was to come out with an album with as many letters in as possible, and it can include, you know, full stops and hyphens, etc, etc. I thought of a few. I settled on Ziggy Stardust, which had about 50 letters, but Rob Ibsen had actually nipped in before me. I watched his just before I did mine. So I had a quick swing then to, pretty obvious one, but the Kinks. And the Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society, and that's 45 Letters. What an album this is. One of the all-time classics. Second best Kinks album for me after Arthur. Village Green, Do You Remember Water? Brilliant track. Picture Book, Johnny Thunder, staggering track. Last of the Steam Powered Trains, Big Sky, Sitting by the Riverside. That's just the first side. Absolutely phenomenal album. And my final album, fewer letters as possible. So, pulled out So, but Richard had that one, Peter Gabriel. So I went for PJ Harvey, debut album. Wow, only the Kinks wasn't a debut album. Dry. And Dry is from 1992, PJ Polly Harvey's debut. And she had a new album come out last Friday, which I've got, and I shall probably review that real soon. But yeah, this is a reissue, but that's Dry, Polly Harvey. Singles off of this one, Dress was a single. Shida Na Gig, that was one, I believe. Yeah, this is a good album. And Richard's final question. Oh my, Richard, you're a rascal. I looked at Richard's subs, looked at how many videos Richard had made. So Richard's subs, circa about 1,500. So is 6,000 the target? But why should that be a target? Don't think it's that. Richard's made about 455 videos. So, you know, why should just under 2,000 be a target? I think so. 313,000 views. So why should 1.2 million be a target for him? He's been in the VC about 3 years, actually making videos. Don't think it's that. So I'm going to settle with this really obscure one. And there might have been clues in videos, and I'll try and watch all of Richard's videos because they're all fantastic and I enjoy them all. But obviously, time, etc., and probably occasionally miss one or two. Don't intend to. But the one I'm going to go for, which is completely off the wall, is that there's obviously got to be a definitive end. So I'm going to take the definitive end as 4. So I'm going to say that Richard has got 1 ABBA signature, autograph, and he wants to get the other 3. So he's 25% of the way there. How about that one, Richard? Okay, that's my contest entry. Over to you, Richard.